Hi, welcome. Today is Sunday. It's been a very fulfilling day for me personally. So I woke up and Sunday I've been meaning to watch two movies. I'm rambling everywhere. I need to get this started as I've been in a reading slump. Like I've been reading very less. 2 months ago I read like five or six books in a month, and it's already like 2 weeks into a month and I have read only one book, and that book was Babel, which was amazing. I'm way behind on my reading challenge, which is to read 73 books. I just took it out of randomly from random number generator. Want to achieve in this vlog is to get out of the slump. I haven't researched, but I have seen some videos about how to get out of the reading slump, and I've found like 2-3 things that may work. I do not remember them very well, those videos. I remember 3 things, which is to read the books you enjoy, read short books. Do think that reading short books or reading books that you fly through is much better. It encourages me to read more because I just finished a book really fast and it feels fulfilling. And it's to read the book that you know you're gonna enjoy. So fast, short, and genres you will enjoy. So these are all the things that maybe help. We'll test it how it will help me to get out of reading slump. So my goal is to read 4 books or 3 books. I'm not particularly sure. Is to read 4 or 5 books or 3 or 4 books. Get into our TBR. So I'm already currently reading a book, and that book is a new release. It's a new romance release. You might have heard of it if you are into like romance, and that is called Just for the Summer by Happy. It's just released like a week ago. My favorite creators are reading it, so I'm not really into romance, but the people who are into it, which I follow, all the like big booktubers, have been reading this book. And my initial thoughts, I'm in like 100 pages. I've read 100 pages, and it is very good. Like, it is like book lovers do not have developed a particular taste about like romance books, but I like this kind of books which have characters with some like problems about in their life, whether it would be some kind of trauma or some kind of like family relations problem, or like something to like grab onto me, cause like that what makes me like those characters and like root for them. Like this character we follow in this book, we follow 2 people who are Emma and Justin, and they both found each other through a Reddit thread about like r/mi the a-hole, in which they found each other that they both have a similar kind of curse, where if someone dates them and they break up, the person who they broke up with founds their like love of their life after just breaking up with them. And it's a really fun premise, and I'm really enjoying the dynamics between both of them. They're very cute. It's a very cute book, and I'm glad I'm reading it. And it's very easy to read. A lot of romance books are very easy to read, and that's why I picked up that book as my first book to read in this TBR. Simultaneously, I will also read, and which will be our main thing to read is also a very short book, and that book is Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, which is the second book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. I just read like 2 months ago. I read the first and really enjoyed it. It was a really fun time, and I know it will be continued to do so. I trust that it will be a fun time and it will get me out of a reading slump. So yeah, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters will be my second book for this TBR. Bye. Hello, good morning. Another update. I've read 50% of Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, and yeah, it's very easy to read. I read half of it in one day. It's really easy to read. I got what I expected. It's really fun. It's a really fun adventure. A little weaker than the Lightning Thief. Like, still fun. It's a very predictable plot. Like, something happens, the world is in danger, and Percy and and its team. They found various companions and various monsters related to Greek mythology. I'm learning a lot of new things about Greek mythology which I do not know. I'm very not familiar to it. I might finish it today, and after I finish it I will update you. I've only 50 pages, like 50% done, 50% left. It's does helping me out to get out of a reading slump. So I guess reading a short book and a series in a book you like is a good thing. It's a good way to get out of reading slump. I haven't read more of Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Movies that I watched, so 2 days ago, and on Sunday, it was a very fulfilling Sunday. I watched 2 movies which I've been wanting to watch for a long time. First one is called The Wind Rises by Hayao Miyazaki. It's a Studio Ghibli film released in 2010, and it also won awards. I don't know which one. I thought it was nominated for Oscar. A lot to talk about that movie. It tackles a very difficult topic about war, but in a very senile or like sterile way, right? Like there is not those emotions you get from like watching Grave of the Fireflies or watching those type of movies. Yeah. And it also was a biography, right? So I couldn't help comparing it to contrasting it with Oppenheimer. I think there are articles compare The Wind Rises to Oppenheimer. I would like contrast between like how American see the war and like how Japanese, like how Hayao Miyazaki like portrayed the war, and like how Christopher Nolan portrayed the war. Two of the like massive filmmakers, right? And yeah, Wind Rises was a very chill. I felt those emotions, but they weren't like up there, and I really appreciated that. Like it was a chill movie, sucked up in a world. Like I was very well invested in it. Not my favorite Miyazaki movie, not my favorite Ghibli movie, but it's still a solid movie. I give it 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed Wind Rises. Another movie that I watched is my favorite show actually, called Soundophonium. They are my girls. I love them so much. It's my favorite show. It's about a character called Kumiko, like joining high school and falling in love with playing euphonium and playing in a big band or in a like ensemble band, right? They're watching their journey through school and going through competition and winning and losing a lot. And so season 3 is currently airing right now, and before season 3 you need to watch. So there's like a whole watch list. If you want, I can give it to you. There are also like videos and like lists on there. So before season 3 you need to watch 2 movies, and I watched one of them, which is the movie 3. I don't remember the name correctly, but it was of course, like I love this show. I'm biased. It was a 10 out of 10. Wonderful, beautiful shot, and like it brought something new to the table. So season 1 and season 2 we follow through Kumiko's eyes. You know, she's first year, she's a junior, and then in this movie we still follow Kumiko, but like there are like new juniors added to it list, and like hold the contrast between like juniors and seniors. And like I hate that stuff in real life, but because I hate this stuff in real life, I really related with a lot of things that happen in this movie, about like how there are someone who is distant, someone who wants to be called something else. It was a really cool look into a school life, into a college life that I struggle with. I'm still struggling with my college life and my school life. Like I didn't have a lot, so it feels really nice to have a kind of a show that you can relate to, that you know, that feels like you're living with them. They are so much more of a friend to me than really ever had any. I have cried for them, I have cheered for them, and I cannot wait to cheer for them in season 3. And I hope we get more seasons, or at least an awesome banger of a finale. So that was all the updates I did, and yeah, see you on the next update. I'll probably finish it soon, and we'll get on to the next book that I want to read. Bye. Hello. So it's been 2-3 days since I last updated. I have finished Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. It was definitely a fast-paced, easy-to-read book. So my final thoughts about this book would be was good. It was slightly less good than the first book, The Lightning Thief. But so my main stakes didn't feel very high. It felt like a very normal and like high adventure rehash of the first book. But I really liked the ending. It brought a very new, interesting, new characters into this book, and it felt like a setup book, right, for the next coming books in the series to come. And yeah, I really liked the new characters introduced. Tyson is really cool, and we get some growth between Percy and like some other characters with like Grover and like Annabeth, and everything it was a fun, good read, and I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, and cannot wait. And I will read this third book soon. So yeah, it was a success. I read this book in 2 days. Okay, so the next book that I picked up, perfect timing, I guess. So I found this video from one of my favorite booktube book creators. They are Willow Talks Books. Go follow them if you are watching this. They are amazing. They uploaded a video about top 10 page turners books, and one of them books was the book that I already own and I really wanted to read, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I have never read thriller. It was the only really thing I close to would be Stephen King's It, but we don't want to talk about that book. Talking about A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is kind of a long talking about it's been a day since I started this book, and I'm already 40% through. I am in page 194, chapter 20, and I will finish this like tomorrow. It's so well paced. I have to, like, my expectations weren't high, but this book is very well plotted. Like, things happen like very quick, and it's really fun to read. It's a really fun thriller, and it would be my first thriller. I think I made a good choice. It's a series, and I'm definitely gonna continue once I finish this book. But I do have a small gripe about this though. It's that this book has been edited, UK version and an American version. This is the UK version, and a lot of things are changed, like the name of a police, the name of the town. So my problem there it is that I like to read my books along with audiobooks and along with ebooks, right? Like, so I changed the medium, but I like to hear an audiobook while reading the book. That's my preferred way of reading. But the audiobook that I borrowed is American version, and the book that I have is the UK version, and the ebook that I borrowed is also American version. So it's very confusing to like go back to American version to UK version. So I wish they released it at the same version. I think it is easy to understand. So speaking of plot of this book, I'm not gonna go really into it because it's a thriller. It's a mystery thriller. I think we follow Pippa, which is a very good name. I love the name Pippa, and Pippa is trying to reinvestigate this murder that happened in her town. And she tries to uncover. So they already know the case is already closed, but she thinks that the killer they found is wrong, and like tries to investigate everything, and it quickly turns into like threat. Someone is threatening her to stop investigating, and like it's really fun. It's really fun. It's really light-hearted and like engaging, and I'm really loving it. Good decision to read a fast-paced thriller. Thank you, Willow, again for recommending this to me to read it. It was a perfect timing of your fast-paced video, and yeah, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is a lot of fun, and I cannot wait. So these are the books I'm reading right now. I haven't made any progress in Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder became my priority. Yeah, I will read that book after I'm done with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Yeah, speaking of movies that I watched, so I've been watching a lot of movies lately. I watched 2 movies in those 2 days that I haven't updated. First movie I watched was Paranormal Activity, which was a 2007 really like bad horror movie, and I watched it with my college friend, and we had it was a really fun movie to watch with someone else, right? Because we can we can like anticipate what's gonna happen. It's a really like you do not think about this movie. I think it was popular because it was the cool concept of like camcorder in recording found footage kind of thing, and yeah, it was just okay, but I had a really fun time watching this with a friend. This movie which I watched is Akira Kurosawa's. It was one of the first Akira Kurosawa's movie, which was Seven Samurai, possibly the famous, one of the most highly regarded movie, and like considered one of the best movies ever made. And I had a lot of time back then. It's a really long movie. It's like 3 hours 30 minutes or 20 minutes movie, and I think the time, like I could have watched this for a longer. I really think that there's nothing wrong with this movie. Like everything in this movie that happens, it's got everything. It's got action, it's got really great characters, way ahead of their time, I would say, and like really great plot, really great action, really great like it's just a great movie. Like please go watch Seven Samurais. It's a really big movie, and it's a really big it will leave a very big impact, on me about how good a movie can be. And yeah, definitely 5 out of 5 stars. Go watch it. It's a long movie, so maybe try to like on a holiday and like leave your schedule, because it's long. It's very long, and it's very engaging from start to the end. I loved that movie so much, like possibly one of my favorite movies I've ever watched, and I really wanna like watch all of Akira's Kurosawa's, because it was a really beautiful directed film critic or like film of cinephile or something. A really good movie. I cannot chill about that movie enough. Seven Samurais is freaking awesome, and if you haven't seen it, go watch that movie. That was all the update I wanted to give, and see you on the next update. Everything is going well. I am keeping check of my mental health. The summer is very hot. The heat is unbearable, and so I've been taking a little time off and like reading and like staying in my room, cleaning. Just cleaned my room and everything, and it's looking good. Yeah, see you on next update about how Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Hello. So last night I finished the book A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I read it very fast. I stayed up like 2 a.m. I stayed up like 2 a.m. to finish this book. Here it is. Yeah, and I quickly ordered the second book. So the final thoughts about this book is that it's amazingly paced. I think you wouldn't be bored for a minute, because a minute passes by and it's like it's a very short chapters. and there are multimedia things, like there are interviews, some like tables and like etc, a lot of things. The audiobook is also really good. I read the American version and I will continue the American version because I really like the audiobook of it, but I'm gonna collect the UK version because it's less pricey to collect this one. And it's so A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is awesome. I love this book. Cannot wait to read more. As I said, it's a murder mystery. It's a murder mystery thriller. Some unique thing about this book is that everything got resolved, but we still have 2 books to read and also a prequel to read. But yeah, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was a really good book, and I cannot wait to read more. What else do I want to say? Oh yeah, I loved Pippa and the main character and Ravi. They were really cute together, and I really enjoyed their relationships. And I think they are the only 2 or 3 characters that making me want to continue the series and read the second book, which is called Good Girl Bad Blood. And yeah, that was all the thing I wanted to talk about. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson is definitely a page turner and got me out of reading slump. So these are all the books that I read. We have come to the finale because it's the weekend and I wanna end this vlog. So our goal was to read 3 books, but we only read 2, which were A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and before that we read Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, the second Percy Jackson book. And yeah, I do believe it was a success because I am very much excited to read whatever next book I want to read. Like, I can sufficiently say that I have gotten out of reading slump, and cannot wait to read whatever the books next I want to read. So yeah, thanks for watching this vlog and see you later. Bye. Tell me, what are you reading? Are you in a reading slump? What books got you out of reading slump so I could read them too if I fell in reading slump again, which it's like always like looming behind in the shadows that like I'm really not loving this book and I could really get into a reading slump quickly. So I need some page turners and like fast-paced books. So yeah, that works. See you on our next video. Bye. Bye.
貴様、本当の名は何という。ジュゲムジュゲム五行のすり切れカイジャリ水魚の水魚松雲来松風来松クーネルところに住むところやぶら工事のブラ工事パイポパイポパイポの修理ガンのグーリンダイグーリンダイのポンポコピーポンポコナーの超救命の長介。奇遇だな。私の名もジュゲムジュゲム五行のすり切れカイジャリ水魚の水魚松雲来松風来松クーネルところに住むところやぶら工事ブラ工事パイポパイポの修理ガンのグーリンダイのポンポコピーのポンポコナーの超救命の長介というのだよ。